Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is Boris. I'm a government contracting consultant. I help small businesses, medium-sized businesses, even large businesses win government contracts. I help them write proposal. I help them develop strategies to help them win more government contracts. Today we're going to talk about how to make millions by subcontracting on government contracts. So subcontracting has been a very hot topic lately, and it's always been a hot topic according to my research. So it's a strategy that a lot of companies, especially some small businesses, use in order to get into government contracts. So when we talk about subcontracting here, there's at least two main ways of subcontracting within the government contracting world. So the most common is you as a company go and partner with a larger company or a company that has experience in winning government contract. You go as a subcontractor and they go as a prime, right? And this is one way of subcontracting. The other way of subcontracting is you as a business go as a prime, and then you go and find another business or a small business, even sometimes a bigger business than you, to fulfill the need of a government, and then they become the subcontractor and you become the prime. So those are the main common ways of becoming a subcontractors in government government contracting. Now they are not the only ways. There are more advanced or even other creative way of becoming a subcontractors when it comes to government contract, but those are the two main common ways of doing it those days, right? So we're going to talk about how you can easily make money or how you can make millions while doing subcontracting, right? So the first thing that we're going to talk about here is certifications. When it comes to winning contracts as a subcontractor or while looking out for subcontractors, certification is very valuable here because let's say you are a small business, you just got into the federal contracting space and you're trying to make a name, right? You don't have a leverage to be able to win on a larger scale like the bigger companies or the companies that have been doing this for a while are doing. So having certification will allow you to be able to go partner with a bigger company that might not have those certifications to be able to win contracts together. And that's a very common way that I see. I actually have one of my clients. That's pretty much what she does. She gets as many certifications as she can, and she just reaches out to potential um, prime contractors in a niche, and she offers. So what she does is she presents a company with a capability statements, and she does a presentation, like I say, with a couple of instruments, but then she also offers them to write the proposal on their behalf, and then she gets a percentage. She, based on the opportunity, she gets a percentage. Then I usually step in to help her to write the proposal together, and then sometimes when there are some presentations that she needs help with, I also help her design the presentation, and sometimes I present that for her. So that's kind of a strategy of approaching um, um, subcontracting in the government space. So the value that she provides is because she is woman owned. She has many other certifications. I think she has at least five or six. So that makes her qualify for so many different opportunities that the larger businesses that she partners with don't qualify for. So then they see value in partnering with her. So certification like Hub Zone, Women Owned, Veteran Owned can give you a big advantage as a subcontractor. So you definitely want to be able to, even if you're not the one that is going to be doing the service, if you have those certifications, you can have another company fulfill that need, then and that's still a way of using subcontracting in order to help you win contract. But let's say you have a certification but you don't have experience. That's when you need to go partner with companies that have experience, that have past experience. That way you can leverage the experience, but then they can leverage your certifications. Perfect combinations. A lot of prime companies that do not have certifications, they love small businesses that have certifications because they know and they understand the value. And that's why I always focus on the value. You have to provide value, or they might not gonna want to work with you. If you are a small business that just want to go out there offering to partner with a prime without offering anything, that's not gonna work. For that specific client that I'm talking about, she's offering the certifications that a company has, but then um, she also proposed to write the proposals, which I do for her. So she comes with a full package, they're ready, and when we go into those presentations, I present my previous work that I've done. I present my capability statement as well. I present what I can do for them, and usually it works well for her. So yeah, that's one way to do that. Now, the second way I want to talk about is how you can easily win government contracting is try to find low competition niches, and those are industries where there are fewer businesses to bid on contracts. And I'm just gonna take an example. One example is contract constructions. No, there are companies in constructions, but there's not a lot of small businesses in constructions. So if you're able to get a certification and then you go in a space like construction, I've noticed there's there's not a lot of businesses in constructions, right? And when you go in a space like construction, when you go to if you get your certification, you go talk to a prime. You can offer services like, hey, you can introduce your company, hey, this is our business X and Y, and then this is what we do. We look into partner with a prime so we can get our foot into the government contracting space, and then you tell them this is the certification that we have, and then offer that, hey, I also know how to write proposal, or have someone in my team who's an expert in writing proposals. And then you also mention things like, I also have someone in my team who's good with um, cost estimations as well as project management. So when you provide all those things, they're like very interested, or it's very intriguing to them, because they can say that you have a plan and you have a team, and you tell them, hey, I can do not only I can provide the certification, which I already have, I can help you writing the proposal. In matter of fact, I can write the whole proposal, right? And guess what? I can also do cost estimation. I know how to do it. Someone in my team knows what to do. And guess what? We can also do project management. That way, you as a prime, you only have one job to do, is to focus on the job, and you tell them everything we write, we're gonna review that by you. We're going to write the proposal, we're going to review that by you. When we do the cost estimation, we're going to review that by you. And when we do the project management plan, we're also going to review that by you, right? So that builds trust right there, right? You tell them the plan, you tell them exactly what you can offer, and you know um, that can help them see value in you and want to partner with you. So find those low competition niches that are underserved, and then you can easily, with some certifications and value to provide, you can easily navigate your way around to win some contracts very quickly. The tip number three that I will give you is try to go where most people don't want to go. I know it might sound cliche, but it is very true. Many contractors avoid remote and less popular areas. That's one example, right? Let's say you have a contract somewhere. I don't want to give any names of any remote cities, but if you live in a remote area, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Sometimes very cold, or not enough access to necessities, like Walmart, like big stores, stuff like that, where you can easily get stuff. And contracts that are that far, sometimes, especially if it's not a very big contract, a bigger company or a prime might not want to go there. Could be a good opportunity for you, right? So try to find opportunities where people don't want to go, that's where you need to be in, right? Especially if you're just trying to get into the door. If you've been winning contract, this doesn't apply to you. You probably know what you're doing. You already have, your path to success. So this may not apply to you. But if you're trying to get into the door, you definitely need to try to search, try to see, um, go on forums, right? Go on, join Facebook groups of government contractors, Reddit pages, read the feedback, of areas that do not come up in the discussions. That's why you see opportunities. If everybody's talking about IT, everybody's talking about staffing and all those things, then you probably know that might be saturated, right? Might be, not always, but there's a good chance it is saturated if a lot of people are talking about it, right? So now let's talk about on another tip regarding finding where most people don't want to go is you may want to strategize and think about bidding on projects that are in very hard to reach locations, where people don't really want to go, or fields that maybe I want to say dangerous, but that doesn't sound like a good advice, but a niche that is, I want to say, that kind of scare people, like if you think about, I had a client that was in the rescue, like the hurricane rescue team, something like that. So that was kind of his specialty. So his specialty was more like on the rescue side, when we have hurricanes or fire, in across the country. I mean, that's something that I had never seen. He's the only client that I've seen doing it. Never seen any other client doing it, but that's his specialty. That's probably something very interesting, right? So, yeah. And then another tip is maybe focusing on, you know, smaller contract, like 5,000 a year, 10,000 a year, just to build your name, right? You want to be able to build your name. This is very easy. No, the only thing that is you have to spend time to write a proposal, and sadly, a lot of times, the amount of time that it takes to write a proposal for a small value contract can be the same, or sometimes even more time than a bigger value contract. So that's just, kind of a downside there, but at the same time, if you knew you just want to get going, just want to win, it's still a good way to get your foot into the door, right? The next tip that I'm gonna give you here, it's now this is more for people that already have an existing business, that have been in business for at least 2 years and have had consistent revenue and a good business health. That doesn't necessarily make a lot of money. That doesn't necessarily means that your business is making a lot of money. Obviously, if your business is making a lot of money, then you wouldn't be watching this video, right? Because this is more like for people trying to grow their business in with the government contracts, right? So I'm talking about the GSA. So GSA schedules are a very good way to grow your government contracting business. But again, for that, you have to be approved. You have to go through application process, which is a service that we provide. And when you get approved, you become I want to say like a preferred government supplier for some opportunities, right? So this is a very good way to get into. But again, this is more for a business that already has experience in when it's in the private sector or in the public sector, because this is, you have to be in business for at least 2 years to be even considered for GSA, and then after that you have to prove that your business has a good um, financial and business health. But this is a good way to be able to subcontract. If you've been approved to GSA, you can subcontract with other businesses that are not, because you have that that relationship with the GSA schedule. So then you can easily showcase that with primes, or even um, smaller businesses, to be able to have them do the service of the products, and then you collect your check as the prime, right? So getting on the GSA schedule is definitely a good thing. If you can, I recommend that. Now, the sixth tip that I'm gonna give you is you want to work closely with other small businesses. Like, try to partner, like go on social media, Facebook groups, and Reddit, like and networking, and try to meet those other small business owners. The way I'm able to learn about government contracting, it's really by talking to people, talking to all the business owners that are in the space. That's all I get to learn. I learn every day because I'm always talking to someone that is doing government contract, because that's who my clients are. Whether it's a simple message, whether it's a phone call, whether it's me joining a webinar, or me listening to some webinar that happened that I couldn't watch live, right? So the more you talk to the people in the space, the more you listen and you watch about it, the more you will learn, right? But I'll definitely recommend talk to people in the space. That will definitively help you to earn more money. I know this because by talking to people, your name keeps staying there, and they might have an opportunity to partner with you if they know you have some certification. They will like, oh, by the way, we saw this very good opportunity. Would you mind partnering together? We can go on this. So you definitely have to make sure your networking skills are always sharp, whether it's physically or online. Also, tip number 7, a good practice is to find partnerships and experienced firms. Partnering with experienced contractors who already have a strong track record, like I said, by providing values, certifications, offering proposal writing, while partnering together, as well as, cost estimation. Cost estimation is huge. I was talking to a guy that I met through government contracting. He works for the state of, well, no, I didn't meet him through government contracting, but I met him through someone who does government contracting, right? So, and he was telling me that the company that he works for, there is literally one person. That person is a director. Her job is to do cost estimation. So that person makes 6 figure a year just to do cost estimation. Can you imagine if you can come to a prime and be like, hey, I'm gonna be doing that for you. You don't have to do it, and I have certificates, and I can also do project management. No, but no. Before you say that, you have to make sure you have those skills, because you can't say, let's say they give you the task to go do a cost estimation for a project, right? You come, it's wrong. Those guys know. I mean, those you're talking about primes, they know exactly what they're doing. You can't cheat them. If it's wrong, they're gonna tell you it's wrong, right? And they're not gonna be shy about it, and they probably gonna stop working with you, right? So, well, let's say they go and try you, you do well, you see, now you build trust, right? But if you don't do well, that's a problem. You might end that relationship there. So that's why find a way to know who those experienced firms are in your space, and try to get to know them somehow, whether it's through going to networking events, whether it's through reaching out to them on social media or LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a very good tool for government contracting. I'll recommend not to go too much on Facebook, but LinkedIn I think is very professional, because this is not like like e-commerce or digital marketing. This is like people making real living from that stuff. So you definitely want to make sure that you go professional. No, so Facebook and is good for like groups, because pretty much a lot of people are on Facebook, so you get to join groups, because I learn a lot into some Facebook groups as well. But you definitely want to make sure that you hook up with them on LinkedIn, so that you can see what they post, because the people in the space, they always share, they post, or they like or they comment from someone else. Then you get to see that in your field. You get to learn. You get the more exposed you get to it, the more you get to learn, right? So yeah, so those are my tips on how you can make millions on with subcontracting when it comes to government contracting. Now, those actionable advice that you can leverage to help you, they might not get you there on one day, or 1 week, or 1 month, or 3 months, or 6 months, but if you do them consistently over years, you're gonna see the result, because this is what I've seen my successful clients do. It works. Now, as a conclusion, I would say definitively, don't give up, keep hustling. This is a long journey, this is real business. Keep going at it, keep learning, don't ever stop. And yeah, so if you like this video, please, I really appreciate if you can subscribe, like, and comment. Thank you.